Yeah, no problem.
Kyle, thank you so much, mate. I really appreciate it. You're a very busy man, so thanks for making time to have this chat. Could tell us maybe to start with a bit about Sourced Adventures.
Yeah, sure. So I own Sourced Adventures, sourcedadventures.com, and we are a local adventure day tour operator. Um, we operate these kind of adventure bus day tours from out of New York, Boston, DC, Chicago, um, and primarily what we do is they're mostly day trips. We do some overnights. We do some international trips, but the core of our business are these day ski bus trips, whitewater rafting, day trips, river tubing, kayaking, wine tours, and a whole sort of variety of ways to get out of the city, escape the city, get into the outdoors. And we provide the transportation, guides, equipment, everything
Yep,
you need to do that. So
yep.
about more than 90% of our business is the local market. So in other words, locals, people who live in the respective cities in which we operate, and it's those folks who come on our trips. We have actually very little international tourists who come.
Awesome. So I guess all that dispels those myths that, well, you might call them myths that people have about, locals just won't pay for something. They'll do it themselves. They don't need someone to show them their local area. And, you've kind of blown that out of the water, I guess.
Yeah. It's funny. So I mean, even before COVID and everything in 2020, I have believed for a long time that that really this myth is false.
Yep.
That locals won't participate in local tours and things. Generally speaking, I think this is the biggest opportunity that tour operators have been leaving on the table for a very long time. I mean, my company is a perfect example of this, but also generally speaking, I mean, we as tour operators. A lot of the reason is the OTAs have really kind of got us on this never-ending hamster wheel of taking international tourists and then needing them for distribution and sales, and then you get stuck. I mean, you get stuck on this, and then eventually that's what your business becomes. But the truth is, there is a huge local market, and people want to do stuff that is
Yep.
different on the weekends, and more people are interested in experiences, and they're tired of going to brunch, and
Yep.
especially now you can't even go to
Especially now,
brunch.
of course, yeah, and that's right. And you've, I guess, been able to identify something that really solves a problem that satiates a strong desire, and you've been able to offer something that really speaks to that market. So, because if you're not offering something, if you're not also offering a solution, you're not offering like a painkiller rather than a vitamin, then people aren't going to pay for what you're selling. And then I guess also you're probably I would imagine you're finding, that there's such value in the local market with regards repeat business, repeat, you're offering, if you're offering 10,
Yeah,
Source Adventures offer 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 different types of experiences. Well, the opportunity to get those people back over and over to experience different things that you do is massive. And
yeah.
of course, referral, word of mouth, those kind of things are so much more impactful and effective when you're serving the local market.
Yeah, Josh. That's such a good point, and probably one of the most overlooked things about the local market. I mean, if you're able to merchandise your product in such a way that you can reach locals, it pays dividends for your business because not only do you get those repeat purchases, right? So people coming back season after season to do the experience again, but this insane referral rate, right? Because people go and do stuff with their friends and family on the weekends, and so you get all this referral business that you wouldn't otherwise get. And also, just to kind of dispel the myth of
Well,
pricing
that's
around
the,
some of this
that's
stuff.
yeah. I wanted to go there. That's a big one because that's all well and good. You might get these groups, but then you might have operators say, "Yeah, but I can get these for extended groups, friends and family, and repeat and referral, but they're only going to pay 30% of what internationals." And I've always believed that to be absolutely false, and I've always believed that the local market will pay. And I've seen firsthand in my own business when I was running my tour business, but I'm assuming you've seen the same thing as well.
Yeah, we have. I mean, just like every tour operator, you're always nervous to raise prices, and I'm no different. I've always resisted it really at even to my own detriment, right? But we have continued to raise prices season after season, and actually, just in this last couple of years, we made a drastic price increase that I was really nervous about because I just felt like it was. I actually fought against it with the team,
Yeah.
and I was wrong. I was just plain wrong because we raised prices significantly. We did see a small drop off in demand,
So there's a little bit of pushback,
but
but
Yeah, but the amount of incremental profit we were making by raising
Yeah,
prices totally outstripped
yeah,
that small drop in demand, and we ended up making way more money selling way fewer tours, which is easier on our operations team,
yeah,
easier on our customer service team. If anything, I would make the argument, and of course, like it's going to be different in different markets and with different tour operators. So this isn't like I hate to generalize, but generally speaking, locals will pay more. They're not spending thousands of dollars to come to the U.S. or to wherever you are located,
yeah,
whichever country you're operating in, on airfare and hotels and all that stuff. They are. This is a weekend activity, right? So, like, if your tour is $125,
yeah,
that's not really that big of a deal. Whereas when you're already spending thousands of dollars on flights and hotels, those incremental costs start to add up. And then what tourists do is they start to sort of think about these things as this commoditized kind of thing where they're not really valuing the experience. They more just like want to check the box and all this stuff. Whereas locals, I mean, it's a totally different story.
yeah,
I mean, why would you go on the weekend to the more expensive brunch restaurant? Let's just use brunch again.
yeah,
When you can go get eggs down the street or make them
yeah.
at home or whatever, it's because you do it for the experience. It's something to do on the
Exactly.
weekends.
Exactly.